This week on the Spotlight, we talked to the great Mario Lemieux, and he was a champion in '92. We also talked to a Mr. Lucas III. He elaborates about himself, his father, and more. And then we flash back as well to the '07 Cubs and Mark DeRosa. But wait, there's still more. We talked to Eddie Curry. This week on the Spotlight. Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. Welcome to the Perfect Pitch Auto Repair Sports Spotlight. They do it all at 108th and Kedzie. Flowers for every imaginable occasion at Lansing Floral Shop. Call them at 708-474-1212. They deliver. Don't forget to get to Gilhooly's for my trivia night at 3901 West 103rd Street near St. Xavier, Friday, November 23rd at 8 p.m. Music, movies, TV, sports, and requests. Fun time. Great location. Gilhooly's. See you there. Family Dentist. Lawrence Ferlin. E is the dentist. 109th and Kedzie. Crowns, veneers, cleanings, and more. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. You've got to get to Dr. Sherman Clay, chiropractor. Gentle adjusting. Most insurance accepted. Massage therapy, too. Walk-ins are welcome. Call 773-324-4325. That's HEAL. Dr. Sherman Clay. You've got to get to the Sock. Alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. They have great food, drink, and people at 93rd and Roberts Road. I've been there for the most part for the last 7 years, and they're consistent and excellent. Get to the Sock on Thursdays. We'll play some trivia, and we'll have some laughs. You've got to get to Shelton Fireworks, the world's largest warehouse, off Interstate 94, exit 22B in Porter, Indiana. Row after row of the best fireworks anywhere, from the little ones to the grand finales that'll end your show. Birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, in addition to the 4th of July. Just get over there to Shelton Fireworks now. Then you can reload by the time summer comes. Shelton Fireworks, I-94, exit 22B in Portage. Black Oak, 96 in Pulaski, great food and drink, and a Be On TV event, December 2nd at 12 noon, when the Bears play the Giants. Should be good. Say your piece, get on TV, and do a public service. Black Oak, 96 in Pulaski, December 2nd. I'll see you on my TV show. It will be fun. We're back in the Spotlight, and I guess the symbolism of this shot of the basement of the stadium would be drowning one's sorrows. And that's what the Blackhawks could be doing at this point, but we're switching gears to the winning locker room of their game on Sunday. The defending Stanley Cup champion Pittsburgh Penguins and their ace, Mario Lemieux, who talked to us after some injury treatment. First of all, I wanted to congratulate you on 400. That's pretty intense. Can you elaborate on that?
Well, that's certainly a lot of goals. I was fortunate over the years to play with some good players, and it's always a lot of fun to score goals for me. I've been doing it since I was young, and to score 400 goals in the National Hockey League was a great thrill.
The Chicago Stadium is believed by many to be one of the tougher places to play. You fell behind here and made one of the more dramatic rallies. That doesn't happen a lot in this building. You must be aware of that.
Yeah, they have a great defensive team. They play very well defensively, and you don't want to be down a couple goals in the third period when you come into this building. So it was a good comeback for us. It was certainly a big win because we're trying to make the playoffs again this year. So it was a big win to come back tonight.
A lot of people are so surprised to see the defending Stanley Cup champions in 4th place, kind of hanging on going into the playoff. Why haven't we seen more of these come from behind wins from the Penguins?
Well, we certainly have been struggling a little bit this year early in the season. And we played pretty well for about 20 games, then went into a slump again just before our big trade about 3 weeks ago. So we feel that the team is playing a lot better the last couple of weeks, and hopefully we can improve towards the end of the season and get ready for the playoffs.
How have you adjusted to the change in coaches?
Well, it was certainly very difficult to lose a great person, a great coach like Bob Johnson, but now that he's gone, we have to adjust to Scotty. He's certainly proven in the past to be a great coach. He's won many cups, and we respect him that way, so he's got a lot of inputs on this team, that's for sure.
Last question. The Blackhawks last year were the top team record-wise, as you were the champions, and this year they're really struggling. Do you see the differences in that team?
Well, it's always tough, to play 2 great seasons back-to-back. With us, it's the same thing. With the Blackhawks, it's the same thing. So every team is ready for you game in, game out, and that's why it's tough to produce every night.
We go back to 1989, Bears and Bengals, and take it away, Pat.
Tomczak threw an interception on his first pass of 1989, but the defense was up to the challenge for the Bears as usual, as the Monsters of the Midway had to rally from deficits of 7-0, 14-7, and 14-10 to finally pull it out of the fire. It's all over but the shouting here at Soldier Field. A tremendous performance by the Bears in the second half. The key to the game, a 95-yard touchdown drive led by Mike Tomczak, capped off by a 20-yard touchdown pass to RoboCop Thornton, and the final gun has just gone off. The Bears win it 17-14 over the AFC champion Bengals. Hey, it doesn't make my prediction of the pregame, 20-17, look too bad. I had the correct margin anyway. So as they all go off in celebration, at least the Bears do, I think we should head off ourselves, talk to Mike Ditka, some of the key players. We'll have our selections for offensive and defensive players of the game, and maybe we'll quiz Mike Ditka a little bit about all that yardage the Bengals piled up. Neil Anderson, the obvious choice as offensive player of the game with 146 yards, a career best. Dan Hampton was great too on defense.
Well, needless to say, we're elated to come out of that one. We're very, I don't know, maybe we're fortunate, maybe we did some of the right things we had to do at the right time, but we were fortunate to beat a great football team today, and we just ended up on top. Sam was right, it was a very close game, it could have went either way. We made some mistakes. We've made a few more than they made, but that's the kind of football team we were up against. They didn't get to the Super Bowl by being just anybody, so it's a very much appreciated victory for us. Believe me, we understand that we didn't think that we were at our best in a couple areas, but when you're not at your best, you better give credit to the other football team, and I think we better do that because
You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212. Kim G. Sherman, psychotherapist, Des Plaines Wellness Center. Therapy for individuals, couples, families. Call 847-962-4849. I've known Kim for over 20 years. She is a true professional, and she will help you. Give her a call. Family Dentist, Lawrence Furlan, DDS, 109th and Kedzie. Crowns, veneers, cleanings, improving your smile. They do a great job. Call 773-233-7044. Excellent work. Impeccable. Call the Family Dentist. 773-233-7044. They did a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. You've got to get to Shelton Fireworks, the world's largest warehouse, off Interstate 94, exit 22B in Porter, Indiana. Row after row of the best fireworks anywhere, from the little ones to the grand finales that'll end your show. Birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, in addition to the 4th of July. Just get over there to Shelton Fireworks now. Then you can reload by the time summer comes. Shelton Fireworks, I-94, exit 22B in Portage. The Bulls dodged a bullet the other day when Joakim Noah, who whipped the pass, if you call it a pass, at the ref and cussed, got away without a suspension. But certainly in the stretch drive of April, Coach Tibbs will be monitoring players' behavior in rough situations much more carefully. Certainly there was a discussion of this element of the game, and playoff poise is what they'll be gearing toward. You have to turn the other cheek, in effect, and let the other guy get the foul. Meanwhile, back to this current Bulls roster, one of the guys who's been a gigantic boost to this team, especially with injuries abounding, and in particular to Derrick Rose, has been the scoring of John Lucas III. Certainly a guy who, with the great bloodlines from his dad, who played a long time in the NBA. John Lucas III, never afraid to take a shot at any moment on the court, from any spot on the court. We watched him in the shoot-around. He was hitting from everywhere and right on the mark. And I talked to him about that and a few other things in what I consider one of our typical fun Bulls locker room interviews. You know, to win 40 of your first 50 games is pretty phenomenal, given the way your team's health has gone. And just trying to find out your thoughts on it and where you.
The same mentality. Take one game at a time. Come in. You know, the coaching staff gonna have us prepared. We're gonna come in focused every game, and we play to win. We can't have no letdowns. You know, we want home court advantage throughout the playoffs, so we're gonna come in ready every game. No game's gonna be let down.
You know, when you think about ready, we were just watching the warm-up, and I don't know, it was something, and it just, you know, at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you know, well, how do you get yourself ready to come in and when would seem to be cold at that point?
You know, I love to play the game. You know, I respect the game. So I come in the game every time with mentality is something like when you love something, you want to give it your all. So you're going to be ready. When you love something as much as I love the game of basketball, I'm going to stay ready no matter what. And I think our whole team is like that. Our whole approach is like that. You go out there and watch anybody warm up. It's game-like situations. Everything's going hard, going 100% because that's how you got to go in the game. And that's one thing Tibbs always preaches.
One thing about your team, and I've covered a lot of different NBA teams, but it just seems like you have more of a collegiate atmosphere here. Like everybody's kind of rah-rah ready to go, and there isn't the attitude that we all know can sometimes exist in an NBA locker room.
No, you know, we're family. We're brothers. We have each other's back. You know, it do remind me of being back in college at Oklahoma State with my guys because, you know, you're with those guys half of the year. You're not around your family. You know, that is your family. And that's the same kind of approach I think we have here, same kind of mentality. Everybody each other's back on the road. We all go out to eat together. We all do, you know, stuff together. And it just shows the camaraderie and the unit that we have. And when you have that, you're going to have a successful team. If you look at any college team that's been successful, from like take Kansas, for example, those guys always stay together. You never see them arguing at each other, and look where they're at now.
But it is unique at this level. I mean, you don't see that in the NBA that often.
No, you don't. But that's why I think, you know, our organization did a great job of putting the pieces of the puzzle together. What guys, you know, who's going to accept their role is not going to have the outsider who's trying to do this or do that. Everybody come in with the same plan, same mentality, and the same goal. And I think our coaching staff and, like I say, the organization did a great job of putting a team together with a group of guys that all can get along, that all knows their role, and they all accept their role. And you don't have nobody trying to step outside the box, because if you have somebody that step outside the box, it's downhill from there, because it has to be one, it has to be a unit.
As you hit April, you know, what kind of things are you guys going to try to fine-tune in that last set of games?
Fine-tune everything. We're not satisfied. You know, we feel like we can get a lot better. We feel like we can get better. So every day we go into practice with the mentality of getting better, you know, cleaning up some stuff. Just going in there and going hard, watching as much film as we can, getting to know our opponents more than they know themselves. And, you know, it's always on the court, but it's also what you do off the court with the film, the preparation, strength and conditioning, staying ready, staying focused, and also keeping, you know, off the court stuff at a minimum and keeping what's at the main focus, and that's winning a championship.
To finish up, Certainly, you come in and it's instant offense, but I want to find out if there what an element of your game that you would like to bring up another notch, if anything.
Everything. I feel like I can bring all my game up to a whole nother notch, and I know I'm capable of doing a lot more than what I'm doing now, but you'll see. That's all I can say. You'll see.
Playoff gear.
Now, just got to play ready. I play every game like it's the last, so it doesn't matter. It's playoff or regular season. You just got to go hard all the time.
Okay, we'll be watching.
All right.
Thank you.
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Go play at Red Shoes Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski in Alsip, featuring 16 Brunswick Gold Crown pool tables, drop fluorescent lighting fixtures, and the fabulous grade of cloth. Call 708-388-3700. And now video gaming is available at Red Shoes from open till close. And don't forget the Illinois Lottery too. That's Red Shoe Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski. You've got to get to the Sock Live Minkowski Trivia, alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. 93rd and Roberts Road. Great game, great people. Check out the Sock. I think you'll be glad you did when you go to my trivia game every other Thursday. 8 p.m., 93rd and Roberts Road. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie does tune-ups, transmission, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and emission system repair. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they've done a great job for me. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie. You've got to get to Papa Joe's new location, 5900 West 111th Street. Italian beef, tetrazzini, great pizza, parmesan, ravioli, and more. All my classic choices. New location, and they can still deliver into the city. Get to Papa Joe's. They're in first place. Mark DeRosa has been one of the key guys all year. And this man has played just about everywhere you could ask of him, in the lineup, on the field. And as we enter September, you got to have a good feeling about the way your club is trending and about the whole positive mood here.
Absolutely. Last series against Milwaukee was really big for us to take 2 or 3. Last night was an electric atmosphere. Fans were going crazy. So 2.5 game lead, although it's nothing to feel safe about. It's definitely better than where we were at.
Tell us a little bit your feelings about how early in the year, it maybe looked like you were going to have a defined role in the infield, and now you've ended up being a guy who's moved around in many places, yet excelled wherever you went.
Well, the utility role is not new to me. It's something I've done my whole career. It's what's got me to the big leagues to begin with, so I'm very thankful for that. Signing here to play second base was something I wanted to do, because every player, strives to be solidified at one position. It just so happens that we got a couple guys here with myself and Terrio and Mike Fontenot move around a little bit, and gives a little bit more of leeway for Lou to give guys days off. And I relish the role, and I'm having fun with it.
Yeah, it seems like you are. What is it about the temperament or the skill level of this club that makes you think you're going to be playing in October? What have you learned about this club that gives you the feeling?
Yeah, a lot of guys who are very resilient. We found ourselves in early deficits against Milwaukee 2 out of 3 games, and we were able to bounce back and win. And we found ourselves in that predicament quite a bit the last month or so, and we've bounced back and found ways to win. Even though we haven't been hitting the ball out of the park, we've been manufacturing runs. So the guys are positive. We got a lot of veteran leadership in the clubhouse, a lot of guys who have been to the postseason and the World Series, and a few guys in there who have won a World Series, so it helps the young guys out too.
How do you assess your pitching staff? Early on, it seemed like they were kind of carrying you, and now maybe it's shifted a little bit with the hitters carrying some of the load, at least as far as late run scoring.
I'll tell you what, our pitching staff, you know, if you look at the numbers, they're one of the best in the game, and every time they go out there 1 through 5, they've given us a chance to win the ball game. So how can you not like that? Our bullpen's been absolutely awesome with the addition of Carlos Marmol. He's just been, God, he's been phenomenal for us. And with him and Bob Howery and Ryan Dempster finishing out, we got some nice 1-2-3 punch. Gives the pitchers some nice encouragement if they leave the ball game in the 6th inning or 5th inning that we're going to be able to hold on to a lead.
One of the things that I thought was particularly interesting about your club was there was some rumblings early in the year that some of the veterans didn't like Lou Pinella's gruff style or maybe the way he handled some things, but it seems you easily overcame that. What was the transition there?
Well, I think it's one of the situations where he was getting used to us and we were getting used to him. I don't think anybody, I don't think there was grumbling, so to speak. We just weren't playing well. And when you don't play well, a lot of stuff gets, thrown out there. It's one of those things where I think everybody in that clubhouse has contributed in some form or fashion to us winning ball games throughout the course of the season, and that's a credit to Lou. He's really used his 25-man roster. Everybody who's gotten called up from AAA has been thrown right in the mix, and now lately we've had a nice solidified lineup where he's running a lot of veterans out there, but with an influx of some young guys like Theriot and Marmol and Matt Merton last night coming through with the big home run. So it's really been a nice transition of influxing the younger guys around the veteran leadership.
Last 2 questions. I've been asking a lot of people who's the guy that you didn't know and you're surprised at how good he is, and you're always the answer. Now that I ask you, who would it be on this Cub team for you?
For me, it's Marmol.
Yeah.
I've never seen a right-hander buckle so many good big league hitters with his slider, and Carlos Marmol was someone that I had never heard of. When I got to spring training, they said he was going to be a guy who's kind of on the cusp of making the big leagues if he could get some command of his pitches. And I heard Jason Marquis at a couple lunches I went to him in the spring training telling me if this guy figures it out, he's going to be lights out. But you never saw him. For him to come up and do what he's done, by far the biggest surprise, and he won't be surprising anybody anymore. He's that good.
He figured it out.
You've got to get to the Black Oak at 96th and Pulaski. They have great food and drink, and you can have some of it when you be on TV. December 2nd at 12 noon. We'll be analyzing football. Join us. Lenny Q's in the Lansing Airport. Trivia, alternate Tuesdays, 7 p.m. Daily food and drink specials. Just go to the helicopter and go about 30 yards east and you're there. 194th and Burnham. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie is great. Tune-ups, transmissions, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They do a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. They're quick, and they don't charge an arm and a leg. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair, 108th and Kedzie. Trivia will be at the Sock. Alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. 93rd and Roberts Road. Great food, great drink, great people. Everything great. You've got to get to the Gaslight Bar and Grill. Daily food and drink specials. Taco Tuesday, fish fry Friday. Homemade burger, soup, and salad. 5130 West 95th Street in Oak Lawn. And my trivia games coming on alternate Saturdays. Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. All shows are now Monday at 6 p.m. Reggie's, 21st and State, a fun place. Pre-game warm-up time, and let's watch what Pete Myers is doing as he and Tyson work. And Eddie has to, why didn't I get the ball? Look. So let's see if they're trying to get him to go to the O board, which is what I thought that was about. Okay, Pete explaining a little more. These are the guys that for the last 3 years have been the future of the franchise, but must produce now if this team's going to make the playoffs. Okay, so that little pick and roll play. Eddie set it and then followed up. We'll watch for that in game action. Eddie to set up near the top of the key. Set the pick,
take the return and go strong to the hole and or dunk. Not getting shot blocked. No finger rolls. At that size, you don't need to do the George Gervin play. There you go. That's it. People ain't blocking dunks too often. This is very important. Very important element of the offensive game. Because the Bulls are holding people in the 80s and 90s. But when they score the 78s and the 81s, they still lose. Eddie Curry was really intensely booed by the fans on Friday night. Of course, came back strong with an excellent game on Saturday. And he was asked his feelings about crowd reactions at the United Center. Do you feel it's unfair?
No, I feel like everybody's entitled to their own opinion. You know, if they want to boo, they can boo. They pay their money to come to the game, and they can respond how they want to respond.
Does it incite you to want to play in such a way that they stop it?
I'm playing for myself and for the team. You know, I want to, you know, play well so we can win games. You know, and you know, if the outcome of us winning games and playing well and performing well is for the crowd to be excited, I mean, that's a good thing. You know, but you know.
If you could compare the end of this season, or the end of last season, when you were passing Shaq for field goal percentage, you know, compared to now when, you know, everyone's around you and you're like under the microscope, how would you contrast the two?
I don't know. It seems like I got a lot more like focus on me right now. A lot of people really paying attention to me. A lot of people just, I don't know, for some reason I'm on a lot of people's minds. So. You know, it's something different, something that I haven't had to deal with before, and you know, something I'm gonna have to get used to and have to learn how to play through it.
Have you ever heard it said the way I'm gonna say it? People look at a guy who's, you know, got a dominant NBA body. They see your skill around the basket, and they say, you know, why can't this happen day in, day out? When you have good games, people are looking for consistency from you.
Right, definitely, and I think right now that's what's holding me back, my consistency. I'm not able to go out there, and that's what I'm just trying to find a way to do. I'm trying to find ways, you know, to create a routine for myself, both before the game and after the game, in a way that, you know, I can come in and just flow right into it, and, you know, it all just works for me. So that's just what I'm trying to do right now. You know, I'm trying to just work out and just create some kind of consistency there, and, you know, hopefully it carry over onto the court.
You know, Marcus, you know, he's known to be a banger a little bit. You know, maybe you ought to do a little one-on-one drill with him and get each other angry and get ready to go.
Nah, I ain't gonna help nothing. They're just gonna have two guys that's all beat up. So, I mean, Marcus is a, you know, he's a physical player. He's a good player. So.
This week's show is brought to you by the Perfect Pitch Auto Repair Shop at 108th and Kedzie. Get all your car work done there, like me. The Lansing Floral Shop is the place to go for all your floral needs. Call 708-474-1212. Huck Finn Restaurants, a huge menu, open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 105th and Cicero, and 67th and Pulaski. Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound saddle stitch. Very competitive pricing, 708-396-1010.